I woke up very early this morning. Today was my first day at a new job. I felt excited, but also a little nervous. I looked at the clock. It was 6 o'clock. I had 2 hours before work started. I got out of bed and walked to the bathroom. I brushed my teeth and washed my face. The water was cold and it woke me up quickly. I looked in the mirror and smiled. This is a new beginning, I said to myself. I went to my closet and chose my clothes carefully. I wanted to look professional. I picked a blue shirt and black pants. I put them on and looked in the mirror again. I look good, I thought. I walked to the kitchen to make breakfast. I made coffee and toast. The coffee smelled wonderful. I sat at the table and ate slowly. My hands were shaking a little because I was nervous. After breakfast, I checked my bag. I had my laptop, a notebook, and a pen. I also had my phone and my keys. I have everything I need, I thought. I looked at the clock again. It was 7:30. I needed to leave soon. My new office was far from my house. The bus ride usually takes 40 minutes. I put on my shoes and grabbed my jacket. I opened the door and stepped outside. The morning air was cool and fresh. I could hear birds singing in the trees. I walked to the bus stop. There were already 3 people waiting. I stood behind them and waited quietly. I checked my phone to see the time. The bus was coming in 5 minutes. While I waited, I thought about my new job. I would be working as an assistant in an office. I didn't know my new coworkers yet. I hoped they would be friendly and kind. The bus arrived and I got on quickly. I found a seat near the window. I looked outside and watched the city go by. Buildings, cars, and people were everywhere. I felt my heart beating fast. I was thinking about all the new things I would learn today. Would I remember everyone's names? Would I understand my new tasks? The bus stopped near my new office building. I stood up and walked to the door. I said thank you to the driver and stepped off the bus. The building was tall and modern with big glass windows. I stood outside for a moment and took a deep breath. I can do this, I told myself. I felt a little more confident now. I walked toward the main entrance. I opened the door and walked inside. The lobby was clean and bright. There was a woman sitting at the front desk. I walked over to her and smiled nervously. "Good morning," I said. She smiled back at me kindly. "This is my first day. My name is on the list." "Welcome. Let me check the list for your name." She found my name quickly. "Everything is ready for you," she said. "Please take the elevator to the 3rd floor. Someone will meet you there." I thanked her and walked to the elevator. I pressed the button for the 3rd floor. My heart was still beating fast. The elevator doors closed slowly. The elevator doors opened on the 3rd floor. I stepped out and looked around. There were many desks and computers. People were working quietly. I felt a little lost. A man walked toward me with a friendly smile. "You must be the new employee," he said. "My name is Mark. I'm your manager." I shook his hand and smiled. "Nice to meet you. I'm ready to start." Mark showed me around the office. He introduced me to several coworkers. Everyone was friendly and said hello. I tried to remember all their names, but it was difficult. We walked to my new desk. It was near a window with a nice view. There was a computer, a chair, and some office supplies. "This is your space now," Mark said. "Make yourself comfortable." I sat down and looked at the computer. Mark helped me log in for the first time. He explained some of my daily tasks. I listened carefully and took notes in my notebook. After a while, Mark introduced me to Sarah, another coworker. She would help me during my first week. "Don't worry," she said kindly. "Everyone feels nervous on their first day." Sarah showed me how to use the office software. She explained things slowly and patiently. I asked many questions, and she answered them all. I started feeling more comfortable. Around noon, Sarah invited me to have lunch with her and some coworkers. I felt happy about this invitation. We walked to a small restaurant near the office. During lunch, we talked about many things. They asked about my previous job and my hobbies. I asked about the company and their experiences. Everyone laughed and shared funny stories. I started to relax and enjoy myself. These people seemed kind and welcoming. I thought, maybe this job will be great after all. After lunch, we walked back to the office. Sarah continued explaining my tasks. I made a small mistake while using the computer program. I felt embarrassed and worried. "Don't worry about it," Sarah said gently. "Everyone makes mistakes when they're learning something new." Her words made me feel much better. I smiled and continued working. In the afternoon, Mark checked on my progress. "You're doing great for your first day," he said. His words made me feel proud and confident. I worked hard for the rest of the afternoon. Around 5 o'clock, it was time to go home. I saved my work and turned off the computer. Sarah said goodbye and told me she would see me tomorrow. I walked to the elevator, feeling tired but happy. My first day had been full of new experiences. I had learned so much in just one day. I took the bus back home, thinking about everything that happened. The nervous feeling from this morning was gone. Instead, I felt excited about tomorrow. When I arrived home, I sat down and smiled. My first day went really well, I thought. I was tired, but proud of myself. I couldn't wait to go back tomorrow.